New York City's Muslim mayor is facing a mounting crisis, accused by some of promoting extremism while simultaneously being slammed for not being radical enough by others. How did the city's first Muslim mayor get caught in this political crossfire? Before we dive into this unfolding controversy, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and brings you the stories that matter. Mayor Zohran Mamdani is finding himself at the center of a brewing storm, with local Muslim activists planning a protest outside Gracie Mansion this Tuesday night. Their accusation? That the mayor is promoting what they describe as an extreme form of Islamism. This protest isn't just a fringe group, it includes figures like Anila Ali, president of the American Muslim Multi-Faith Women's Empowerment Council. Ali plans to join the demonstration, stating her belief that Mamdani's politics are alienating moderate Muslims and damaging the crucial relationship between New York's Muslim and Jewish communities. In a candid interview, Ali expressed her deep concern. With Mamdani in office, we feel our religion is now hijacked once again and is being used by these Islamists. Ali identifies as part of a post-9/11 movement of moderate Muslims who actively reject Islamist extremism and champion the idea that Islam is compatible with coexistence, religious freedom, and life in America. She defines Islamism as a hardline political ideology that inextricably merges religion and politics, and she argues that Mamdani represents a more radical interpretation of Islam than the moderate faith practiced by a significant portion of American Muslims. According to Ali, many moderate Muslims do not identify with Islamist groups such as the Council on American Islamic Affairs, or CAIR, which she accuses of monopolizing the public representation of Islam in America and actively promoting a hardline Islamist movement. She feels that many moderate Muslims are increasingly sidelined by activist groups and political organizations that, in her view, do not accurately represent their faith or values. Ali went further, claiming that Zohran Mamdani is their success story. The Muslim Brotherhood, they backed him. However, the criticism directed at Mayor Mamdani isn't solely emanating from moderate Muslim and interfaith activists. A different faction, hardline anti-Israel activists, has also voiced strong disapproval, arguing that the mayor has not demonstrated sufficient support for Palestinian activism since taking office. Nurdin Kiswani, a Palestinian-American activist and co-founder of the pro-Palestinian group Within Our Lifetime, stated that she clearly called out Mamdani when he said Israel has the right to exist. Kiswani's group was notably involved in a Nakba rally in New York on May 15, where demonstrators chanted, "Globalize the Intifada." Kiswani also criticized Mamdani for what she perceived as backtracking on his earlier defense of the phrase, "globalize the Intifada," and for softening his stance on Palestinian activism after assuming office. Her view is clear: I don't think he or any politician is doing enough in support of Palestinian liberation. This stark division has transformed Mayor Mamdani into a local flashpoint in a much larger political battle playing out across the United States. We're seeing an increasing convergence of anti-Israel activism, Islamist movements, and far-left groups into overlapping protest coalitions. Anila Ali elaborated on how Mamdani's past actions have exacerbated these tensions. She pointed to his support for the boycott, divestment, and sanctions, or BDS, movement against Israel, his comments regarding Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state, and his previous defense of slogans like "globalize the Intifada." Ali believes these have alienated many moderate Muslims and worsened relations between Muslims and Jews in New York. She warned, "They start with the Jewish people, that's not where they're going to end." But more importantly, what he's done is he's damaged interfaith relations. He's damaged the image of Islam. Despite this criticism, Ali acknowledged that Mamdani continues to enjoy strong support from progressive and pro-Palestinian activist groups that were instrumental in fueling his political rise. The protest planned for outside Gracie Mansion, Ali explained, is intended to signal a united front of Muslims, Jews, and Christians standing together against what she characterized as extremist Islamist politics that are masquerading as mainstream Islam. She vividly described Mamdani's approach as, "Mamdani starts teaching our kids, Muslim kids and American kids, Islamism 101, referring to what she sees as efforts to normalize Islamist political ideology through activism and identity politics." Ali further described Mamdani's politics as part of what she calls a red-green alliance, a coalition between Islamist activists and the far left. She issued a stark warning, suggesting that New York risks following the path of certain British cities like Bradford, Birmingham, and Manchester, which she described as having been overtaken by extremism and division. These cities have long been focal points in the UK's debates surrounding immigration, Islamist extremism, segregation, and multiculturalism. The radical Islamism, it's just unbearable to see what's happened to the UK, she lamented. The upcoming protest is being organized by End Jew Hatred, alongside a coalition of Muslim, Jewish, and Christian groups, including the very American Muslim Multi-Faith Women's Empowerment Council and the Catholic League. CARE has acknowledged a request for comment from Fox News Digital, while Mamdani's office did not immediately respond. This situation raises profound questions about identity, political representation, and the complex interplay of religion and politics in a diverse metropolis. So what do you think about this? Is Mayor Mamdani being unfairly targeted, or are these criticisms of Islamism and his stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict valid? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The political landscape in New York City is clearly at a critical juncture, and the outcome of these protests and criticisms could have far-reaching implications. We'll be watching this story closely.